With the ever-increasing need to provide information regarding room areas and volumes, let's have a look at how Caddie 16 can help us provide this information in a form which is not only within the Caddie drawing, but also exported to, say, an Excel spreadsheet. We're going to go into the ArchUK application. So for those not familiar, right-click over one of the application buttons and load application, choose the application to load, and it will appear in the drop-down list. So having loaded the ArchUK, we're going to go to the scheduling, and here we have some that I've already provided within this drawing, but we're just going to finish it off here. So we'll go to areas. It says create an area. Indicate areas 2 diagonal corners, which means that if we select a rectangular room, or we're interested in a rectangular room, we can just select the diagonally opposite corners, right click option end, and that will provide the rectangle for the room. We can give the name of the area within the area reference there, so we'll call this reception, and then we can define what we want to do with the box that makes up the area representation. So we have make the text visible that we're going to put in, make it plottable, make it the polyline for the outline of the room plottable too, so we can just tick or remove those ticks there. We have a room height, so we'll make that 2400, OK that, and we see that we have room description in there. We have a more intricate room to plot here, so we'll do that. So just clicking on the corners, we can zoom in across doorway there, but here we're faced with not a straight line but a curve. I'm simply just going to cut across the curve, right click option end, and we'll call this kitchen. Now we can see there that we have our line that defines the room, but this is a polyline, and if we right click and we go to modify, we can actually make that line segment an arc. So we can pick it, and then we can simply use the snap modes. So if we go to additional snap modes, and we'll snap to line, and that will give us a nice curve to complete the room. As we see here, finished the whole thing off, and if we go to schedule, we can put our text heights in there. Let's make that slightly smaller, so that we can dictate what the size of the text is, what units we want to schedule in, so you choose meters, millimeters and so on. We can have things like a suffix for area values, so squared there. We can include annotations, so we can include a title, total area, include the volumes and the heights as well. And we can choose how much of the drawing we actually want to do. So if we have multiple plans, we can simply draw a rectangle or a polygon around it, and so on. So we'll say OK to that, and we'll place our table there, and that will provide us with our room area breakdown and volumes and heights too. Having got our table, we can select it, and if we go to modify, we'll see that we have the ability to edit the table contents. Because it's a table object, we can resize it, resize the cells, edit the text parameters, but we can also export that to Excel. So if we give this a name, so we'll call it room areas, and then save, that will export it to Excel, and we can now examine that file to see what Caddie has created for us. So here we have our Excel spreadsheet, and we can use it in any way we choose fit. So that's how you can schedule using Caddie and Caddie's area scheduling tools.